about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. Parents, when you can't trust public schools, teach your kids what's right. Also teach your kids who's right. More smart, conservative lesson planning coming right up on 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast with single-family homes from the mid-200s to the 800s. It's resort-style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge4less.com.
It's February at Unique Services. If you're considering replacing your heating and cooling system, now is the perfect time with Unique Services. For a limited time, Unique is giving away a free air handler and Nest thermostat with the purchase of select high-efficiency air conditioning systems. Let Unique Services help keep your family comfy. Call 941-500-9819 to schedule your appointment. License number CMC 1250555, CFC 1429592, EC 13002942.
Unique.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right, all along.
Super celebration in Los Angeles. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Late into the night after the Rams won the Super Bowl, though some got out of hand.
Police calling for the crowd to disperse after reports of unruly behavior. One video showing looters ransacking a jewelry store as fireworks sounded throughout the night.
Fox's Todd Byro. As for the game itself,
pass, pop, got it, touchdown.
Cooper Cup's second TD catch of the game late in the fourth quarter ended up being the winning score as the LA defense stuffed Cincinnati in the final minute, and the Rams beat the Bengals 23-20 on NBC Sports. There's an update this morning on a Russian figure skater mired in a drug test controversy. Fox's Simon Owen has it live.
Dave, Kamila Valieva has been cleared to carry on competing at the Winter Olympics. Even after it emerged, the 15-year-old had failed a drugs test in December. The Court of Arbitration for Sport has ruled there are exceptional circumstances. Its Director General, Mathieu Reeb.
The athlete is under 16 and is a protected person under the World Anti-Doping Code.
It means Valieva can compete in the singles figure skating beginning tomorrow, but her doping case is still under investigation and medal ceremonies are on hold. Dave?
Simon, 3 more Olympic medals for Team USA, gold and silver in women's bobsled, bronze in ice dancing. The Americans have 15 medals in Beijing, 7 of them gold, 6 behind the leader Norway. Germany's chancellor's in Ukraine today and will go to Moscow tomorrow in the ongoing attempt to prevent a Russian invasion.
Yesterday, President Biden spoke with Ukrainian President Zelensky, and according to the White House, quote, the two leaders agreed upon the importance of continuing to pursue diplomacy and deterrence in response to Russia's military buildup on Ukraine's borders. U.S. officials believe Russia has now amassed 130,000 troops on Ukraine's borders.
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff. America's listening to Fox News.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a crash right now along I-75 northbound, right near the Charlotte-Lee County line at mile marker 148, 149. You'll see a lot of activity off to the right-hand shoulder. So just use caution out there. No delays, thankfully, up and down I-75 near the crash scene or elsewhere across Southwest Florida. Also dealing with an accident just off of 75 east of the interstate at mile marker 116. That's on Bonita Beach Road in Bonita Springs near Tradeway Drive. So watch out for some flashing lights nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're heading into a cooler day for your Valentine's Day and Monday behind the front that passed through this weekend. Temperatures only hitting into the 60s for most areas for daytime highs under a mix of high clouds and sunshine. It will be breezy for today as winds persist out of the north and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and dry as we head into your Monday night and Tuesday morning. Lows back into the upper 40s as we head into your Tuesday morning. So we are going to be off to a cold start tomorrow, but warmer by the afternoon. Highs will be back into middle 70s by Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're eventually looking at highs back into the lower 80s with persisting breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Goodbye, pets! I'll see you later! I call National Exterminator! For this 46 bucks to get all rodents and bugs! 239-460 bug!
We get them all. Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-460-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pets! I'll see you later! I call National Exterminator! For this 46 bucks to get all rodents and bugs! 239-460 bug!
We we get them all. Call the boys and National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't bleeding call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
There's no other love like yours. None can match the combination of shared dreams, exhilarating chemistry, and trust the two of you share. Valentine's Day is a celebration of that love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd for the perfect gift to express your love this Valentine's Day.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. If you're up, if you didn't stay up too late to watch the Super Bowl there as the Rams win. And a lot of people watched halftime show. What did you think about that commercial? No, I know I'm not really. It's we'll kind of touch on a couple of little things here and there, but other than that, pretty predictable, decent game. And Hillary needs to be in jail. Okay, I'm sorry. Boy, what a pivot right there. Hey, listen, when you know that Trump was right all along, see, we're on brand, right all along. When you find out that Trump was right all along, you have more evidence than you need, and then there's even more coming from the Durham report that would expose Hillary Clinton, the Obama administration, and Hillary's time there, and all the little pieces that go together that are still part of, by the way, the Biden administration. Hey, did anybody mention that? Yeah, we'll get to that in just a bit. And all of these things that we've known. Boy, so many things come together. Number one, the fact that you're right all along, and every time somebody were to tell you that you were crazy, that Trump wasn't spied on, that he's in league with Russia, and how dare you say he wasn't, and it was a rigged election, and he rigged it in 2016 to beat it and take it from Hillary Clinton, and she's offended, I understand, okay?
I'm really offended personally.
That's fine, and then all of these things that we're not allowed to talk about, and then, hey, listen, if you even start talking about 2020 and questions about that election, oh, no, you're not allowed to do that either. Boy, it's amazing how all of this comes around to where we trust our institutions. No, we don't. No, that's the problem. You haven't given us the trust in the institutions or the individuals that are out there. And when we have more information that comes out that this hoax was perpetrated by Hillary Clinton, and then I guess this week, I don't know if it's tomorrow, Wednesday, she's speaking at some kind of Democrat national conference. Like she's trying to tease the idea that she may be back around for 24 to run for president, please do it. Why not? I mean, just like everybody was screaming. Who was it? It was one of the comedians. I forget which one it is. One of the late night libs. That was, remember when Trump was talking about running and they were like, do it, please do it. We're begging you to do it. Okay, that's kind of like the way we feel right now with Hillary Clinton. All right, we're going to get to all of that coming up. Jake the Millennial, half awake after watching the game and staying up. I don't know, did you do anything special food-wise? What did you do? Did you do anything special when it comes to getting ready for the game last night? Or was just like you just watched it?
Yeah, we ate some food and watched it.
Yeah,
it was all right.
All right, it was okay. The game was fine. It was last minute stuff, so that's nice instead of being a blowout. That's always good. The halftime show. You knew that. I mean, Eminem took a knee, a la Kaepernick. Right, exactly. Nobody cares. Like it's almost as if he did that because he wants to make himself relevant. Don't you get that? I mean, right? Isn't that?
He did it because they told him not to. He's a big boy. Good job.
Right. Well, but he also wants to be that rebel. I mean, how many Gen Zers right now? Because I hear this all the time, and maybe Jay could answer this as well. How many Gen Zers go, Eminem? Emin who? Like they don't even. Then he's like not right.
No,
he's still.
No, not at all.
I talked to a couple of people that are like, when you have people like all the new, artists that are out there, he's not really. He's like a bygone era. Like he's still good.
Really.
Yeah, he's still relevant. Okay, maybe.
Have you seen his album sales?
Well, you talking recently, or you're talking about?
Yeah,
in
the last
past?
album he did was massive.
Yeah, I just don't see him as popular as he used to be. In other words, like he's not in the conversation the way he used to be.
He's like top 3 to a lot of these kids.
All right, hey, listen, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a big reason why he was like Kendrick Lamar, the other dude that was out there.
Another top 3.
Right, I understand that, and I understand the connection. And I have to say this: the set was really cool. There was a cool setup.
The way they blended everything. Was
yeah, that was cool. But the problem is the too many people. I couldn't figure out who was coming up next, and then you see 50 Cent, and it's like, are you sure is that really him? Is it? I don't know. It's like he
looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, he looked uncomfortable, and maybe listen. Is what it is. Anyway, there's a lot of people listening to us talking right now that have no idea. They weren't paying attention. It's about the game. It's not about the halftime show. They want you to make it about the halftime show, but it's not about the halftime show. They want you to make it about the commercials. The best commercial, obviously, you know which one was the best commercial. The best commercial was Coinbase and the QR code.
Yeah, I jumped up in front of everyone, scanned it, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm winning $3 million."
It's like, you see that. That was brilliant. Look, as far as advertising goes, there is something to be said about less is more. And I think that was a brilliant. Did
you know what to do?
Of course. Right, because it was polarizing, because there were people that are looking and saying, what is this? Right? There are people that are saying, I don't even know what to do. Why is there a box floating around my screen right now? It doesn't make any sense. And then, see, here's another reason why it was smart. And I promise you, we're going to get to the news. Here's why it's important. Or here's why it worked. Because chances are, if you're a family and you're watching the game and that commercial comes up, and there are people who are in your family who love to see the commercials, like the wife doesn't want to, could care less about the game, wants to see the halftime show and wants to see the commercials. That's it, right? Let's just say, for example. So then you have a family around who's generational. Somebody in your crowd, or whoever you were hanging out with, somebody jumped up and used the phone to check out the QR code, right? Like at least one person in your household did it. So you weren't sitting around going, I don't get this. I don't know what to do. Do you know what to do? I don't know what to do. No, chances are somebody did. So, and we're talking about it now, which also helps.
Well, did you opt in for the $3 million?
I didn't do all I did was I looked at it and I said, genius. I don't even know who it is yet. It's just genius. That's all I thought was, it's great. And I knew, as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what was going to happen. It wasn't going to go away. I knew it was going to be from front to back. That's all you were going to see. And then off to the next commercial. And everybody was talking about it. And there are people that are like, you couldn't pay me $1 million to pull a phone out and scan that code. Okay, tough guy, good job. Whatever. I don't know. Like, what did you think it was going to be? Some kind of like alien mind meld? If you did that, you were going to have some kind of issue with your phone, or I don't know what people were thinking. But all right, so that's it. I don't know what else to tell you. That is my my Super Bowl rundown. Anything else?
Yeah, Tupac's alive. He came out. I'm just kidding.
He did. Okay, was it?
I just was expecting Tupac to come out.
All right. I don't know. It was just I still couldn't get over how many people were not masked, and just bragging about it. You got kids who in California have to mask up and go to school. And we talked about it. How many people in the audience were going to be wearing a mask, not wearing a mask, not being bothered for the fact that they weren't wearing a mask? Like, we're going to be faking it. Like, were they going to, because there were people that were walking around supposedly checking, and if you didn't wear a mask, then they were going to get in your face. But It doesn't look like that was happening. And we were talking about it, how they were going to react. And then you had on the telecast, they were proud to show all the celebrities, LeBron James and some actresses and other people, right? They were showing, who was it? Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, and nobody's wearing a mask at all. They're all, Ellen DeGeneres is on the field and takes a selfie of her on the field, maskless. You hypocritical dopes. And people are just like, we're done. I don't understand why there are people across the globe who are being part of this freedom convoy, and I don't understand what they're doing. It's because they're tired of you. They're tired of the hypocrisy. They're tired of the elites. They're tired of people saying, you got to mask your kids up, but I'm going to a game, and I'm not even going to worry about it. It's so funny. The mayor of the city, Garcetti, defied the health guidelines and goes maskless. You people are just dopes, every single one of you. All right, so that's it. And Eminem took a knee. Okay, good for him. 239-479-5592. I have no idea why I didn't know. How long ago, Jake? How long ago was Eminem's last album that was so huge that everybody was talking about? Because was it 3 years ago or something like that?
I don't know. It was Killshot whenever he made MGK switch genres.
Okay. I don't even know what Jake just said. All right. Here's what I know. You want to know what I know this morning?
So the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? This is 60 Minutes. And we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't.
Yeah, it's right. You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden. Do you believe this? The bombshell, the
breaking news.
The bombshell. The real bombshell. I cannot wait for this morning. I couldn't wait because I want to see what the fake news, mainstream, legacy media is going to do to either not talk about this bombshell or twist it around. Special Counsel John Durham revealed court filings that show that the Hillary Clinton campaign plotted to infiltrate the Trump campaign by spying on the campaign, along with White House computer servers, in order to fabricate the allegations of Russia collusion. We, again, have more evidence now to prove, to show that this did happen. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And what's the legacy fake news media going to do this morning to spin out of this? I got to hear more of this. Hold on.
And put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify that.
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign. They got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know that.
Yeah, well, now we know now. How about now? You're gonna say anything? No. We'll see how they spin out of it. So we find out as it goes. A file with the D.C. Circuit Court, a federal district court, not circuit court, and Clinton campaign through Perkins Coie spied on Trump both before and after he was president. It's part of the motion that was there, that was presented. Sussman was the beginning of all of this, the partner at the law firm. He meets with the FBI general counsel, offers data and white papers, supposedly showing that he was in league with Russia through Alpha Bank. And by the way, Mueller had to admit that wasn't true, but okay. Durham indicts Sussman because he allegedly told James Baker, the FBI general counsel, that he wasn't divulging information for a client, but in fact he was acting for at least two people, Hillary Clinton, the Clinton campaign, and who we find out is a tech executive named Rodney Jaffe, who worked at a internet company called Newstar, who happened to be a federal contractor. That's just part of it, and I'm looking at the time, and we're going to get more into this in detail. Representative Greg Stubbe is going to join us, by the way, at 8:05. want to get his take on all of this as well there on Capitol Hill. But again, more proof that the Russian collusion hoax was really a hoax perpetrated by Hillary Clinton. But there's more, of course, because there's a lot of connections, a lot of tentacles out there. And that we can't trust our institutions. I mean, everybody lied. Who do you want to, the FBI lies, the CIA lies, Hillary Clinton lies, Obama lies, you just go down the line. James Comey lied, Strzok and Page, and all of it. But there is one place, if you want to get more information on exactly what went down, if maybe you're a little confused about how this all played out from the beginning. Plot Against the President, the great movie by our friend Amanda Milius, with Kash Patel and Devin Nunes and others in the movie. May I encourage you to watch the movie again, because if you're trying to figure it all out, they already put these pieces together. And I'm going to play some clips from the movie coming up, because I want you to see and hear from Tom Fitton, who seems like he was clairvoyant, like he knew this was coming. Well, he's been doing incredible work looking into Hillary Clinton and her past for many, many years. And some audio from Kash Patel and how they actually put all of the numbers and the money and following the money, put this all together to see the connection between the Clinton campaign and Perkins Coie and all of these different names. So that's going to be coming up in just a minute, just to put it all together. But safe to say that, again, Trump was right. He knew it. He was right all along. When people were saying locking Hillary up and she's a crook and she needs to be locked up, you know what? How about now? Just asking. And some other major questions that need to be answered. Number one, Matt Schlapp on his Twitter account said something I think that's important. Serious decisions have to be made with the evidence that the president and his team were spied on deep into the presidency. Are you following this? During the campaign and while he's president, they're spying on him. All who interacted with the president have had our constitutional rights violated. Every single person in the president's orbit that was spied on had their constitutional rights violated. It's time to consider all legal options and hold everyone to the law, is what he said. That's Matt Schlapp. And he's right. And listen, we'll talk. What is CPAC going to be like in a week? We will be there broadcasting live in a week and a half. What is that going to be like? We'll have Kash Patel on with us. We'll have Amanda Milius on with us. We're going to have Matt Schlapp on. We're going to have a lot of people to talk about this in more detail. And another question that has to be, there's a lot of questions that I'll bring up in just a bit. But Hillary Clinton was going to win, everybody. Hillary Clinton was going to win the election. They really believed this, and they were going to ensure that this happened. And everything that we know pre-election, everything that we've talked about was going to disappear. You weren't going to know about this. You weren't going to know about a lot of different things. Hey, listen, anybody want to talk about Uranium One again? Do we want to bring that back up, maybe? Remember the Uranium One scandal? I may need to refresh everybody's memory on that if we're talking about what's happening with you really want to put pressure on Russia. Maybe we open that up. But again, when Trump wins, they got to clean up. Clean up aisle 12. Either they had to figure a way to clean it up or they had to get him out of office, and they tried to do both. Unbelievable. All right, more details on that coming up. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This
all
Fox
along.
Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Inflation skyrocketing to 7.5% on Friday, a 40-year high. Inflation costing the average American an extra $275 a month compared to last year. Consumer and Financial Protection Bureau warning that rising inflation will cause increases in auto and credit card debt. Advertisers paying record $7 million for ad to air during the Super Bowl. Houston furniture mogul Jim McIngvale, also known as Mattress Mac, making history with $5 million wager on the Cincinnati Bengals to win the Super Bowl. It's the single largest legal sports bet ever. He lost the bet. Kia, Hyundai, and Tesla recalling more than 1.3 million cars last week. The Dow Jones dropped 504 points to end the week at 34,738, while the S&P 500 fell 1.9% and the Nasdaq plummeted 2.8%. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Laura Cantor, invested in you.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dartagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dartagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dartagroup.com. That's dartagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
Hi, I'm Soren Christensen with Advanced Wealth Advisors. Are you worried about higher taxes now and in the future? Are you looking for opportunities to reduce your taxes and increase your income? I'm a certified financial planner professional with training in investment, retirement, and tax planning. I'll work with you to ensure your financial plan is maximizing all tax reduction opportunities. Visit awadvisors.com to request a consultation and to see the Advanced Wealth Advisors difference. That's awadvisors.com.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples. With over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space, designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Where can you shop for your Valentine and you don't have to know her size, you don't have to spend a fortune, and your gift is sure to please? Naples Soap Company, of course. They've got everything you need for a romantic and cozy Valentine's Day right at home. Luxurious body butters, bath bombs, body oils, candles, and more. Hit a home run this Valentine's Day with one of their pre-wrapped gift sets. Shop in stores at Naples Soap Company or online at naplessoap.com.
At the NCH Heart Institute in Naples, Florida, we are transforming cardiac care. Offering the most subspecialties in Southwest Florida, the NCH Heart Institute was named one of America's 100 best hospitals for cardiac care for the 7th year in a row by Healthgrades. We are elevating the patient experience. We are becoming the premier destination for cardiac care. The NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading off on your morning commute, we're dealing with delays and Collier County at Oil Well Road and State Road 29, not too far from Camp Kias Road, taking you into Ave Maria, seeing major westbound backups from 29 through Camp Kias right now. Not too bad up and down 75 aside from one crash off to the side of the road in North Fort Myers right near the Charlotte County line. That's at mile marker 148, causing some slight slowdowns, but that's off to the right-hand shoulder mostly. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're heading into a cooler day for your Valentine's Day and Monday behind the front that passed through this weekend. Temperatures only hitting into the 60s for most areas for daytime highs under a mix of high clouds and sunshine. It will be breezy for today as winds persist out of the north and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and dry as we head into your Monday night and Tuesday morning. Lows back into the upper 40s as we head into your Tuesday morning. So we are going to be off to a cold start tomorrow, but warmer by the afternoon. Highs will be back into middle 70s by Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're eventually looking at highs back into the lower 80s with persisting breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Over the years, I've had people complain about my commercials in some very strange ways. Someone didn't like the fact that we say we're the company your neighbors use because one of his neighbors didn't use us. Someone else complained that I thank God because he thought God had nothing to do with it. Well, folks, my message is very clear, that we are the company that's been in your neighborhood for decades. We do thank God every day for all the wonderful people we interact with, and it is because of God, not because of me. If our commercials bother you, my sincere apologies. But we want to get the message out that Kobe is the most trusted name in this business since 1949. And the Kobe Cooling Team is 100% NATE certified mechanics. The only team in Southwest Florida, period. When you think of air conditioning companies, we do want you to think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use, or should. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. It's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging discs near neuropathy and stenosis can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596 Back. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596 Back. 596 Back. That's 596-2225.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality, hurricane-rated, high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine the excitement of giving a gift known to all the world. This Valentine's Day, name a COVID variant after someone you love.
Here, I got you something.
Oh my gosh, my own COVID variant?
Yeah, and it's called Micheltacron.
That's so cute.
And it's clingy, just like you.
Oh, well, I hope we get it together.
This year, give the Valentine gift that will find its way to her heart and maybe her lungs. The International COVID Registry invites you to share your Valentine with the world by naming a COVID variant after someone you love. Tell the universe that yours is a love there is no cure for.
Oh, my. Oh, whatever. Did you ever do this? Do you know what that's related to the star registry? You ever heard of that? Like, name a star after your loved one, and it's... What a genius idea, and it goes into a registry, and there's a gajillion stars in the universe, and you can't find it. It's not even a light or anything. It's like, there's Bob. There's Bob 12. I don't know. 239-479-5592. Hey, listen, that's fine. You know, naming a star is nice. It lasts forever. Or until somebody decides that they don't like Bob 12 and they change it into Alpha Centaurianism or something. All right, a couple of things. Hey, before we take some calls, 239-479-5592, a reminder that Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond coming up at 7:35, Representative Congressman Greg Steube joining us at 8:05. So a lot of conversation about the Durham report, about Ukraine, Russia. We got a lot of stuff coming up this morning, so a busy morning. A couple of things I wanted to touch on. First of all, let me just say this about sports, about the game last night. And if you were watching the Super Bowl, then you know that something that I was talking to Jake about off the air. So we're gonna kind of bring some of our off the air conversation right now onto the air. Number one, the end of the game. It's a close game. There's, I don't know how much time, a minute and 40 seconds left or something like that. It's like, I don't know if it was a third down play or a fourth down play.
Third and one.
Third and one. Controversial call made right by the officials against one of the Bengal players, against Cooper Kupp, I think it was, of the Rams. They called a holding call when the whole game, as Jake was saying, the whole game they didn't make calls like this. And it just was a lousy call.
I mean, there was face masks in the earlier parts of the game. There was just a bunch of, it was pretty, I mean, it was good football, but at the same time, it was good defense from number 20. I can't remember his name from the Bengals. And yes, he was defending Cap, whose dad and his grandpa were in the NFL, found out yesterday.
Oh, is that right? So bad call doesn't mean that it's the end of the game because you still have to score. So ultimately,
well, not necessarily because the penalty automatic first down.
Right.
So how are they not going to score? They're like 2 feet from the goal.
Yeah. So but that brought up another topic that I think is important, and it's relevant to us here in Florida. And so this is where I'm going with this. You know, there's something to be said about what's going on with sports betting. People love sports betting on sports, but I got to tell you, there are two things that are definitely happening with sports betting. Being able to bet on professional sports. Number one, there's always the question of, and the worry about, and maybe this is something that, as an outrageous thing to say, it's how dare you say this? This is overblown. That you worry about people making calls because I can't tell how many times I've just heard people say this to me. How do you know that the guy, the ref who's making that call, you know, has something on the game, or somebody, family member has something on the game about where the score is going to be or whatever it is, and, you know, makes a lousy call because it's connected to the gambling world? Personally, I'm not saying like organized crime, right? I'm just saying, like, there are people that ask that question. You know, you have cheating, or, well, Joe, there's always cheating, and there's always these things going on, and you don't have to have sports betting to do it. You can just make a bet with somebody on the side and do this. It just calls to attention some of the questions that people have about betting on professional sports, that you could do things like that. And I get it. But the second thing I think is more important. When you bet on sporting events, it's like going outside at night, and there is a shooting star that is as bold as anything you've ever seen before, and you will never see another shooting star like this for 1,000 years. Like, the chances are astronomical that this would ever happen again. And what do you do, Jake? What's the first thing that somebody does when there's a blazing shooting star across the sky that you will never see for a millennia, and it's going to happen, like, right now? What do you do? What do you do?
You name it.
Guess what? You win the morning. Congratulations. No, you don't name it. That was very good going back. That was excellent. I'm so proud of my baby boys growing up. I'm so proud of you. No. What else do you do, Jake? What did we talk about off the air? What else do you do?
You pay someone, you charge someone to name it.
You pick up your phone and you run outside and you watch this thing and you're trying to get the right shot in. And you end up missing. You don't look at it yourself. You're so busy, so worried about capturing the shot that you don't see the thing that you're never going to see in 1,000 years because you're so busy.
Probably be guilty of something.
Okay,
like that.
We all would be guilty of that, and it's a shame. That's what's happening with professional sports. There are people that don't enjoy the game for the game. They're sitting there going, "Oh man, if they would have thrown that pass, I would have won $10." Instead of a running play. Oh man, if you would have, you gotta kick a field goal. No, they're going for it on fourth. Why are you doing? So you're not even watching the game for the pleasure of the sport of the game. You're looking at the game as a gambling game habit thing. You see what I'm saying? You've lost the love of the sport and the game and enjoying it. And I'm not saying, I know there are people that are texting and it's like, I can do both. I can enjoy the game and still gamble. I'm saying that there are so many people that will watch the game and only care about how much they're going to win or lose in the game that they lose the joy of the sport and watching it.
And sometimes their mortgage or house.
That could be. Or the pet. I'm not saying I've lost a guppy or two, but you know what?
Dark turn here.
No. Guppies. Not sure about guppies as a pet.
What is that, a fish?
You've never seen a guppy? A guppy is...
I thought that was like an insult. You call somebody a guppy.
A guppy is a fish, but it doesn't... I don't know what it does. I mean, you feed it to other fish. I know that. But a guppy is...
So it's like fertilizer for fish.
No, it's not fertilizer. It's like food. No, it's like a pet. Oh, man. If somebody's driving with the kids right now, if you've got a guppy, love that guppy. Love that guppy with every bit of your soul and your heart. On this Valentine's Day, love the guppies.
And your kids.
And your kids. Oh, and one other thing. Don't do drugs. All right. It's taking a weird turn. I've got more to say about some other topics that have to do with this that we'll get into in just a bit. Kathy's been holding patiently. Kathy wants to talk about Joe Biden. And first of all, Kathy, it's been a while. How are you?
Well, I'm great, Drew. And I'll tell you, the best part of my day is waking up to you.
Oh, you're too kind.
You're better than a cup of coffee.
Oh, you're too kind. I'll take what? Jake's laughing. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at Kathy. Don't laugh at that. Jake's not sure if I'm better than a cup of coffee because he says sometimes I put him to sleep. So it's like,
oh no!
See how he did that?
Well, I have a couple of opinions I'd like to share with you,
please.
if I might.
Go ahead.
First, on Valentine's Day, everybody loves Valentine's Day, but it's nothing but a retail opportunity. And if you don't think so, tell me why Joe's Market ordered 10,000 roses.
Why they ordered 10,000? Because everybody wants a rose.
Right, exactly. Yep. But that's how much of a retail opportunity it is. The other thing I wanted to mention, Drew, is none of us could understand why Biden's doing what he's doing. I mean, he's tearing our country down. But in my opinion, this is his agenda and has always been. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is that he believes truly that if he can get his agenda through, he'll go down in history books as the president that turned our republic into a socialist hellhole.
Yeah, well, I mean, is that the way that he wants to be remembered? I might put it this way, Kathy. I think that what's being set up right now is, interestingly enough, and even with the crazy connections to Hillary Clinton, the Obama administration, to this whole Russian collusion hoax that we've been talking about that I'm going to get to in just a second, it is an odd thing that the person that was the point in the person who was on the point person for the Jaffe, the tech individual who was a part of this Durham report that came out, and those. It's funny that his other gig was working as the point person for. What's his name? Jake Sullivan. So the tech executive in the Durham report, the filing is Rodney Jaffe. Rodney Jaffe's direct point of contact with the Hillary campaign was Jake Sullivan. Jake Sullivan right now is someone who is part of the State Department there and who is now making decisions on what is going on with Russia and what we're doing about Russia and Ukraine. And it only seems convenient, if you're somebody who's into conspiracies, it seems convenient that with the economy the way it is, with everything going down, with even this report coming out and all these things happening, that people are saying, well, we're all focused on Russia and Ukraine, that it is happening, it's not happening, war, it's not... But it is convenient that Jake Sullivan's in front of all of this. It just seems, it's almost as if, man, if only something could be happening to take the eye off the disaster that is the Biden administration,
exactly.
The issues of the way they've been working with or the COVID issues that we have, and how they've been performing as an administration, and inflation and all the things that we see tangible. And here's the shame of it, Kathy. We shouldn't be thinking this. In a million years, we shouldn't be saying, no, they wouldn't be creating something far away that technically doesn't necessarily affect us, but it actually does, to distract from the horrible, horrific administration. They wouldn't do that, would they? And the reason why we even have this in the back of our mind and we're even bringing this up is because they've given us every reason to believe in every conspiracy theory, supposedly, that exists. Whether it's a Russian collusion hoax or whether it's impeachment or all the things that they've tried to do, the spying that never happened, that we find out did happen. It's awful, Kathy. That's why.
Well, in my opinion, Biden is not capable of making any decision of his own. Yeah. So I think you're darn right.
Yeah. All right, Kathy, great to speak with you again. All the best.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks. Same to you. 239-479-5592. And Jake Sullivan's wife, Chuck Ross, brought this up in his Twitter account. I think this is important to remember. Investigative reporter at the Washington Free Beacon. Jake Sullivan's wife is a top advisor to Merrick Garland. Has she recused herself from oversight in the John Durham probe? All of these connections, it's just so crazy that you would have, of all the people in Washington, D.C., that have ever been there, are there now, up and coming. Isn't it strange that it always seems like the same names circulate all the time? Like every single time there's something going on, an administration comes in. And listen, I'll say this for both sides, Republicans and Democrats. It's almost like there's this cadre of individuals that have to be in power. Like there's nobody else that could do these jobs. Seems kind of convenient. I mean, it's convenient if you're possibly trying to do things that, let's just say, maybe some would consider to be, I don't know, maybe not above board. Or maybe helping to try to keep things covered up. All right, we'll get to more of the Durham report that came out, the latest, and also some of the calls that are being made by the president, the White House, about how Americans should get out of Ukraine. It should have you worried. As an American, you should be worried about what was said on Friday. And I'll explain why coming up. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. or online at floormeisters.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Do you value professionalism and punctuality? Want to learn from and work with the best pros in the electrical industry? Then you're just who we're looking for. Mr. Sparky is seeking hardworking, committed, and trustworthy individuals. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training. So come join our team at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
An equal opportunity employer.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Tell you about my water heater?
Not lately.
Supposed to take it for granted, right?
Well...
Until it stops working, which it did.
Been taking care of it though, right?
What?
Professionally flushed out every year?
Nobody told me that.
I thought everyone knew
What
that.
else don't I know about water heaters?
Dave.
Have to scrape off the barnacles?
Dave.
Next you'll tell me I need to change the timing belt and upgrade the firmware just so I can enjoy my rainfall shower head with water that's maybe just a little warmer than actual rain!
Dave, so what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, I make one call, someone comes out and fixes my water heater today. Maybe comes back to do that maintenance stuff.
That's best?
Well, yeah, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They always have 4 plumbing trucks standing by waiting for last-minute calls.
They do all the...
Yes, they do.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So I can't take my water heater for granted?
Or your air conditioner.
What?
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Yes, thank you for the correction on the text line, 239-479-5592. Jake Sullivan is a national security advisor. I said State Department, I think. National security advisor. Get this, everybody. So in the Durham report, DNC, right? The Hillary Clinton campaign, funneling money, Perkins Coie, right? Rodney Jaffe is the tech guy that's being called out that exploited sensitive U.S. government arrangements to gather intel on the executive office of the president. They spied on Trump. He, Rodney Jaffe, the direct point of contact with the Hillary campaign at the time was Jake Sullivan. Do you see how all of this is just the connections?
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career, including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East, would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
I'm Harvey Massey. Where we live, there are several types of termites, and they can all cause damage to your home. Subterranean termites invade from colonies below the ground, while drywood termites fly in and infest exposed wood in your home. Both require different treatments. That's why you need Massey's Total Coverage Termite Protection. Our guarantee covers all types of termites and includes coverage for retreatment and repair of any new damage. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
It's February at Unique Services. If you're considering replacing your heating and cooling system, now is the perfect time with Unique Services. For a limited time, Unique is giving away a free air handler and Nest thermostat with the purchase of select high-efficiency air conditioning systems. Let Unique Services help keep your family comfy. Call 941-500-9819 to schedule your appointment. License number CMC 1250555, CFC 1429592, EC 13002942.
Unique.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Super victory. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News for the Rams at home in Los Angeles.
It's about the team. I'm so happy for these players. World champs, baby!
Coach Sean McVay, after a 23-20 win over the Bengals on NBC Sports, sealed when the LA defense stuffed Cincinnati on the fourth down in the final minutes.
Burrow trying to keep it going, gets spun down, gets it away, and incomplete.
Rams receiver Cooper Kupp, who caught 2 touchdown passes, was named Super Bowl MVP. There's an Olympic update. The Court for Arbitration for Sport ruled today that Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva will be allowed to compete tomorrow despite a pre-Olympic failed drug test, but there won't be any ceremonies for any medals she wins. And speaking of Russia, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan tells CBS Face the Nation.
As far as we're concerned, the United States of America, diplomacy is still open and available.
President Biden spoke with the leaders of Ukraine and Russia over the weekend as the U.S. keeps warning Russia of severe punishment if it invades. Congressional leaders will get a briefing later this morning. There's an update on that Freedom Convoy trucker protest in Canada that blocked border crossings. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has it live.
Dave, the Ambassador Bridge, which connects Detroit with Windsor, Ontario, is open again after being blocked by protest over COVID-19 restrictions like vaccine mandates for truckers. For nearly a week, that thing's been closed. Now, it's the busiest border crossing between the U.S. and Canada. Protests continue at some other crossings, the largest one ongoing in Ottawa. Protesters started blocking the Ambassador last Monday, which has led to automakers shutting down or cutting back on production at a time when the industry is struggling with pandemic-induced shortages of computer chips and other supply chain issues. Dave?
Tanya, as for those truckers, Louis Pugh with the Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association says,
we are not against vaccines. We just feel that it's a sort of a pro-choice. It's your body.
COVID cases keep dropping from the peak Omicron surge, down a 4th week in a row. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now at Lee Boulevard and Sunshine Boulevard in Lehigh Acres. Also have a crash we're watching over toward I-75 at mile marker 148 northbound, heading into Charlotte County from Lee County. Another Lehigh crash now coming in on 23rd Street Southwest, right between Sunshine Boulevard and Gunnery Road. And a crash on Palm Beach Boulevard near the Sun and Fun Mobile Home Park. So you'll see some slowdowns there along that stretch of State Road 80. And in Collier County, crash on State Road 29 and Oil Well Road with possible injuries. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're heading into a cooler day for your Valentine's Day and Monday behind the front that passed through this weekend. Temperatures only hitting into the 60s for most areas for daytime highs under a mix of high clouds and sunshine. It will be breezy for today as winds persist out of the north and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and dry as we head into your Monday night and Tuesday morning. Lows back into the upper 40s as we head into your Tuesday morning. So we are going to be off to a cold start tomorrow, but warmer by the afternoon. Highs will be back into middle 70s by Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're eventually looking at highs back into the lower 80s with persisting breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
This week at Rockstar Harley, when you buy any pre-owned Harley, you'll get a $1,500 gift card with access to the country's largest Harley inventory. Rockstar Harley has access to over 3,000 Harley and truckloads coming each week. Get a $1,500 gift card with the purchase of any pre-owned Harley at Rockstar Harley. Finance specialists on site to get you approved and 100% of credit applications considered. Get a $1,500 gift card when you purchase any pre-owned Harley at Rockstar Harley now through Sunday. Purchase of a new Harley motorcycle.
Many people ask themselves, what can I do to help end abortion? I'm Scott Beyer, CEO of Community Pregnancy Clinics. Since 1974, CPCI has saved over 20,000 lives from abortion. Our medical staff provide thousands of women and families in crisis with care, compassion, and choices they need to choose life for their baby. With 7 clinics throughout Florida, we're here to help women, providing pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, material assistance for 3 years after the birth, and so much more. All completely free of charge, thanks to the generosity of our supporters. That's why I want to invite you to our annual Lifesaver event, March 25th at the Hyatt Regency Coconut Point Resort. We'll welcome former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, a powerful champion of the pro-life movement. Don't miss this chance. Join hundreds of like-minded supporters and Secretary Pompeo at one of the biggest pro-life events in Southwest Florida. Reserve your seats at supportcpci.com or donate a life-saving gift to Community Pregnancy Clinics. Help us help women in need. Supportcpci.com. That's supportcpci.com.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Wow, the last 50 years at Brett Air have flown by.
50 years ago, Naples was a small town.
It sure was, only one stoplight from Naples Park to the high school.
Where was Brett AC then?
Dad ran the business from our garage, Mom answered phones, and then we moved from the garage to a building on 41 by Park Shore.
I'm grateful Grandpa Brett started Brett Air Conditioning, and you and Mom grew it these past 50 years.
Me too. 3 generations of Bretts working in the business. One day the 4th generation will be taking over.
It's been an honor being a part of Brett Air Conditioning. Proud to say we've never been bought out or sold. Same Brett family. Not many local AC companies can say that.
I believe it's the principles we've built Brett Air Conditioning on, and that's why we'll be around for another 50 years.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
There's no other love like yours. None can match the combination of shared dreams, exhilarating chemistry, and trust the two of you share. Valentine's Day is a celebration of that love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd for the perfect gift to express your love this Valentine's Day.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele as Street. Thanks for watching, subscribing to the podcast and our channel on Rumble. All right, so a couple of things. The game last night, if you had a chance to watch, and congratulations going out to the Rams. And I know there are a lot of people that are saying, if not for one call. Okay, I don't know. All right. The Super Bowl halftime show. Listen, it's it was what it was. And you watched it, you didn't watch it. I don't know. There's some people that thought it was the greatest thing ever, and there's some people that are saying I don't know if it should have been aired. You can look at all the people that were performing, and go back over the lyrics and some of the things that they've been saying for years and years and years in the songs, and then ask yourself the obvious questions. And I'll just leave it at that. Performance-wise, that's right. Okay. Anything else I need to say on that we need to touch on?
I mean, I was going to say something, but I feel like I sound way too much like the new governor of New York.
Okay. All right. So I'm not sure what that. Yeah, don't.
No, it's just like, you allow these things on TV, but you ban Trump on Twitter.
There you go. All right. So there's that.
He had a different spin on it. But
the best Super Bowl commercial was definitely the Coinbase commercial with the floating QR code, because it was simple and it was genius.
I agree, but there might have been the number 2 would probably be the Metaverse commercial, which made no sense and no one knew what it was until.
Okay. Didn't see it, so I can't comment on that. But I will say that you would imagine if Coinbase was going to spend, I don't know, what were the commercials? 6 million, 7 million, 16 million, 20 million? I don't know.
I think it was 5 or 8.
Whatever it is.
A lot.
They probably should have done a better job of making sure that when everybody went and used the QR code that the app didn't crash. Exactly. Like
that did happen.
Some of the millions of dollars that they spent, they might have done something to ensure that wouldn't happen. But that's so techie. That's so internet. That's so 2022.
It's funny you say that because after that happened and everyone was like, why are you pointing your phone at the screen with the old school DVD bounce around QR code?
Yeah.
And it took me about 20 minutes to actually opt in for the money that I'll never win.
Okay, well, there you go. But you have a house filled with individuals where somebody's looking at the thing going, what's that thing floating around the screen? And there's somebody in the house going, I got it. And look, everybody learned now what the QR code is. Unless, of course, you're somebody that lives in Canada or other places and you've got a vaccine passport and you need a QR code in order to get it wrong, then you absolutely positively know what a QR code is. By the way, speaking of which, I'm looking at a video from February 12th on Twitter that Amanda Milius retweeted about showing military vehicles on the streets of Ottawa. And people are saying things like, let me get this straight. We've got military vehicles on the streets. We're talking about armored vehicles. This is all about refusing to wear masks. Are you sure about that? Seems like it might be a little more. Might be something about your liberties and freedom. Hey, speaking of your liberties and freedom, the President of the United States had a few things to say yesterday. NBC's Lester Holt sitting down with him that have to do with laughing at your freedoms. He's laughing at your freedoms, everybody. How do I know? Because how do you explain this when it comes to COVID restrictions? Listen.
You were interviewed a year ago about the Super Bowl, and you expressed hope that come this year that they'd be able to fill the stands again with people. And that apparently is going to be the case. However, many of those people won't be wearing masks despite the local law in Los Angeles. What is your message to people who want desperately for this to be over and to be able to resume the lives that they remember?
Well, look, I love how people talk about personal freedom.
Excuse me? With the snark? I love the way people talk about their personal freedom. And listen, this isn't the first time that the president has said something like that.
I have my freedom. I have a right to not get vaccinated. This is not about freedom or personal choice. And so everybody talks about freedom and not to have a shot. What's the big deal? No, I mean, come on, freedom.
What is it with the president and mocking freedom and always making people feel like if you mention something about freedom that you got to stop doing that? And it is, even Jake's shaking his head like, what's the deal? Like, why are you doing that? And this is the president of the United States who feels like, look, will you stop with the freedom stuff? You know the thing.
You know the thing.
You know the thing that the all men are created, but whatever. Same guy. What's up with that? But anyway, speaking of how your freedoms and liberties are being taken away or not taken away, just armored vehicles pulling up the streets and telling you got to wear a mask. No, I mean, that's literally what's going on in places like Ottawa, where they're flipping pancakes and having bounce houses for the kids and no violence at all whatsoever, but we're told it's an insurrection. Can we all now admit and say, even if you are somebody who, for whatever reason, is clinging to your belief that mask is going to save the day, that cloth mask that you're wearing is going to make the difference between life or death, that you're on this tightrope of we are in the middle of a pandemic where you're not even sure if you can leave your house. Listen, if that's where you are in this, we got to talk. If you're somebody who's afraid and worried and scared, and you've got to wear a mask and you see other people not wearing masks, we got to talk about the mandates and what works and what doesn't work. And if you feel like this is something you want to do, by all means, go ahead and do it. But when it comes to other people, just understand that they're going to make their own choices and decisions, the same as you have, and you wearing a mask based on your medical situation and in consultation with the doctor and what they believe is best for you. But can we all call this thing done now when you've got, during the broadcast of the Super Bowl yesterday, you got a place with mask mandates, kids who have to wake up this morning and go to school wearing masks. And they're showing it's...
We're in Hollywood. Who do we got here? We got Jay-Z.
No mask.
Matt Damon.
No mask.
Charlize Theron is here.
No mask.
LeBron.
No mask.
Jennifer and Ben.
No masks.
Emmett Smith.
No masks.
There you go. There's my kind of celebrity.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Of course, there's an all-time celebrity row here tonight for Super Bowl.
Nobody's wearing a mask. None of the celebrities, Celebrity Row, all the people, nobody was wearing a mask. Are we done now? Is that it? Are you done? Are you done now? What the kids in Los Angeles and every place around the country that is telling these kids that they have to be masked up to go to school, they need to take this video clip, put it on their phone, and as they walk up to the school, they need to hold their phone up and show this video and say, yeah, no thanks. Yeah, we're done. No, they didn't have to wear one, so why am I, what's going on here? Oh, no, you don't understand. These are the rules, son. This is what you have to do. We've told, no. We got a problem. It's unbelievable. It really is. And on the broadcast, and was there no one in the production booth there in the broadcast going, hey, don't show the pictures of this. Don't do it. Just don't do it. More trouble than it's worth. Nope. 239-479-5592. Let's take a break. And when we come back, a little more on the Durham report over the weekend and some of the bombshell, the real bombshell.
Breaking news.
The bombshell.
No, this is real. What went down, in case you didn't hear about it. Oh, you're going to hear a lot about it today, except probably in the mainstream media outlets, the fake news legacy media. I'm curious to find out how much they're talking about the fact that we have come to find out now that, yeah, Trump was right all along. He was spied on. All right, we'll talk about that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Dealing with a crash right now along Business 41 at Del Prado Boulevard North in North Fort Myers with possible injuries. Another crash at Gunnery Road and State Road 82 causing backups. We also have a crash at Lee Boulevard and Sunshine Boulevard with injuries and roadblock westbound near the intersection towards Sunshine Elementary School. And in Collier County, a crash getting clear at State Road 29 and Oil Well Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Will be cooler today for your Valentine's Day with a high near 69 degrees and a mix of high clouds and sunshine. Look for a breeze at times with winds persisting out of the north and east between 10 to 20 miles per hour. We keep it dry to your Monday night and Tuesday morning. Cold to start tomorrow with lows back in the 40s. We're back to 76 degrees and a mix of sun and clouds for your Tuesday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Ty Lassiter of Key City Capital here to tell you that you better be paying attention to Biden's $3.5 trillion plan. Let me explain why it matters or should matter to you. President Biden's proposed $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill has tremendous impacts on taxes, investment opportunities, banking, and so much more. Key City Capital has a tremendous track record helping our clients grow their wealth by offering strong returns and tax mitigation strategies. Regardless of what this president or any other president does, Key City Capital will always be committed to this mission.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's KCAP925.com.
Look, if you suffer from chronic joint pain, don't assume that steroid shots, pain pills, and surgery are your only options. You can now get real, lasting, life-changing relief from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using biologic therapies to repair damaged tissue in your aching joints. People with knee and back pain, shoulder pain, and hip pain, they're moving again, enjoying life again, with help from QC Kinetics. This advanced, unique treatment protocol uses natural biologic agents, mostly from your own body. And these powerful, highly concentrated growth factors are put directly into your affected joint, going to work to soothe the inflammation and restore damaged tissue. A truly regenerative treatment. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now, 239-893-PAIN, and wake up to a life without pain. Give them a call right now, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
This winter, Comcast Business is helping Team USA and businesses across America stay ahead during the Olympic Winter Games. Keep yours ahead, too, with reliable connectivity and secure solutions on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. And get access to over 20 million Wi-Fi hotspots from coast to coast to help you stay connected on the go. So no matter what big event comes up, your team can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with Internet and Voice for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to get free installation and 1 month free with a qualifying bundle. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to learn more. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice line customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like. And guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort. I enjoy the safety, the style. And that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life. And my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Who is more empathetic than Joe Biden? Who has a bigger vision, more knowledge, more strategic thinking about all this?
This Nancy Pelosi talking about Joe Biden. Who's got a bigger brain than Joe Biden? What was it? Wasn't there some kind of movie or cartoon or something like a War of the Worlds or something with some dude with a big...
She said more empathetic, too. The man who doesn't care about your freedom.
Oh, we're going to hear this again here.
Who is more empathetic?
It's the guy that was saying, freedom. What do you keep talking about freedom?
Than Joe Biden, who has a bigger vision, more knowledge, more strategic thinking about all this.
Strategic thinking!
True international average of pressure.
What does that mean? Strategic thinking.
The biggest scandal.
All right. It's the biggest scandal. Is Joe Biden is the biggest scandal. But anyway. All right. 239-479-5592. Yeah, Trump was right all along.
So the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Remember that interview on 60 Minutes where they mocked the president when he was saying, listen, I was spied on. I'm telling you, the Trump Tower, I was spied on. Well, according to Durham, and the Durham report that just came out recently, this report clearly states that there's more here, that John Durham, even though I had a chance when to sit with Devin Nunes. When we had the Plot Against the President last year, and we did that screening for the movie, and we sat down and talked to Amanda Milius and Kash Patel and Devin Nunes all here in Southwest Florida. And my first question I asked Devin Nunes was, is Durham real? I mean, I feel like there's only one picture that we ever see of him. It's the same picture. It's the same face. It's the same expression. And we don't really hear anything getting done. Well, maybe things are getting done now. So the president was spied on while president by outside allies of Perkins Coie, from Trump Tower to the actual office of the president of the United States. Tech Executive One and his associates exploited domain name systems, internet traffic pertaining to Trump Tower, Donald Trump's Central Park West apartment building, and the executive office of the president of the United States. And here's the crazy part about this. They tried to make it seem as if all of the DNS traffic that was coming through, where they just wanted to get a connection with Trump and Russia, right? To try to pin him to it, to say that, there are these back channel connections that are happening. And they said, we got it, we found it. We have back channel connections from Trump Tower. We've got it. That prove this. And then people are like, well, whoa, wait a minute. We come to find out that these back channel connections, right? The Trump Tower connections, there was also a healthcare provider in there as well. But we come to find out that there are businesses within the tower that do business with Russia. So the DNS traffic wasn't from one specific place that Donald Trump was sitting there going, hold on a second, I'm typing more to Putin. It had to do with the whole building, the building as a whole. So there was tons of traffic going to Russia because there was business happening in the building. They knew that. And the fact that we're just finding out about this now, that he was spied on, that there was spying happening while he was in the office of the presidency as well. And how the FBI and the DOJ had nothing to say about this. They couldn't find out about this. They didn't know. No, they knew. Just reeks of the corruption coming out of these institutions, these bureaucracies. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. Had no idea, right? No. And Hillary Clinton involved. You have associates of Hillary Clinton, associates of allies of the law firm that she was contracting to get dirt from Trump, using government channels to spy on the president, not just during the campaign, but afterwards and while he's in the presidency. You can't hide from this anymore. Oh, no, but we're supposed to trust the FBI and the DOJ and the CIA and everybody. Absolutely. You betcha. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Move along. Move along, people.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
That's you, looking at your garage. And I mean, yeah, everything still works, right? Sort of. You know, the door's slowing down, squeaks quite a bit, light doesn't work, and that one wheel pops off every now and then. But you know, it works. Except when it doesn't. If you want things to work, they need maintenance. A tune-up every once in a while. Align the tracks, lubricate the motor, the rollers, hinge points. Fix that dented panel from that football you totally should have caught. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Good things need love and care. Sharpen your knives, paint the steps, wash your jockstrap, shine your shoes for crying out loud. Give your garage door system a Mo Better tune-up every couple thousand cycles and it'll give you years of faithful service. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Get that sucker working like new. There's an idea.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Eating dinner in your underwear? Hey, put some clothes on. Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. Or get a $49 preseason tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
I love Cool Today.
Call it today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast with single family homes from the mid 200s to the 800s. It's resort style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge4less.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Los Angeles Rams win the Super Bowl, beating Cincinnati.
Bengals led 20-16 late in the fourth quarter when the Rams put together their longest drive of the game, 15 plays that ended with the go-ahead score.
Pass. Got it. Touchdown.
On NBC, second touchdown for Cooper Kupp. The Bengals got to the Rams' 49-yard line, but on 4th down and 1, Joe Burrow threw an incomplete pass, and the Rams held on to win 23-20.
Fox's Jared Max. The Russian figure skating star Kamila Valieva is cleared to continue competing at the Olympics, but will not take part in any medal ceremonies. She failed the drug test in December.
The Court of Arbitration for Sport has ruled there are exceptional circumstances. Its Director General, Mathieu Reeb.
The athlete is under 16 and is a protected person under the World Anti-Doping Code.
It means Valieva can compete in the singles figure skating beginning tomorrow.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a crash right now along Business 41 at Del Prado Boulevard North in North Fort Myers with possible injuries. Another crash at Gunnery Road and State Road 82 causing backups. We also have a crash at Lee Boulevard and Sunshine Boulevard with injuries and roadblock westbound near the intersection towards Sunshine Elementary School. And in Collier County, a crash getting clear at State Road 29 and Oil Well Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're heading into a cooler day for your Valentine's Day and Monday behind the front that passed through this weekend. Temperatures only hitting into the 60s for most areas for daytime highs under a mix of high clouds and sunshine. It will be breezy for today as winds persist out of the north and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and dry as we head into your Monday night and Tuesday morning. Lows back into the upper 40s as we head into your Tuesday morning. So we are going to be off to a cold start tomorrow, but warmer by the afternoon. Highs will be back into middle 70s by Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're eventually looking at highs back into the lower 80s with persisting breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau. Considering a roofing project, repair, or basic roof maintenance, beat the supply chain issues and inflation costs. Google DRM Roofing. 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. Dial *2020 France I Care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here for France Cosmetics Center. Look, I don't care how old you are. Age-related things kind of pop up in some unwelcome ways, right? Whether it's droopy brows or eyelids, maybe they don't look so good, but also it could be a problem. Go see Dr. Christine Bach. She's a Beverly Hills-trained cosmetic surgeon at France Cosmetic. Now, she also happens to be an ophthalmologist. She knows what she's doing, and she's great to deal with. I've gone and seen her, so should you. Dr. Bachman will take you through the function and cosmetic benefits of an eyelid or brow lift procedure. Also, you should know if your visual field is impacted in any way, insurance will often cover it. So now, through February 20th, France Cosmetic Center is running a You Pick 2 Sweetheart deal. 2 fantastic medical-grade aesthetic treatments for a special rate of $150.
Dial star 2020. France I Care.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Hi, I'm Thomas from Storm Shield in North Fort Myers. I'm proud to represent a company that provides a top quality product and stands behind the product and the installation. At Storm Shield, we provide Energy Star certified windows and doors, an exclusive life of home warranty which covers the entire product as well as the installation. All products are certified made in the USA. We have an elite status with Home Advisor and offer no obligation estimates. Most manufacturers have a line of products that meet a variety of budgets and options. Sometimes vendors bait top quality products to earn your business, but switch and install another. We understand that you want to protect your family and home from the elements for years to come. Our priority is ensuring your protection without breaking the bank.
Call Storm Shield today for a free, no hidden cost, exact to the penny quote at 239-491-7002. That's 239-491-7002. Or visit on the web at stormshieldSWFL.com. License number CGC A60475.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
It's Valentine's Day. Look at that. Oh, yeah. It gets my heart every year. I read the most touching story this year about how 2 Gen Zs are celebrating together. Well, not together, because they're afraid to go out with the virus. But they sent beautiful cards. Well, not cards. One texted a heart emoji, and the other one texted back same. So it's a beautiful story. But here's something I don't understand. 43%, I read this in a survey of singles now, say that we should expand Valentine's Day to include the concept of self-love. Does everything have to come around to be the opposite of what it is? Nothing more romantic than a candlelight dinner over the sink.
Very nice. Jake is like, yeah, that's pretty much the way it is. There's no doubt about it. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. Hey, look at this. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond is awake. He's up even after watching the big game last night. Good morning.
Hey, I'm going to make a county-wide holiday at least that you get the day off after the Super Bowl, right? I mean, come on.
I don't know if you have to do that because if they're going to do it anyway. But
you're the only one I would be up this early for, Drew. You and all the listeners.
That is too kind. Thank you for saying that. And so what a game last night. A little bit at the end there of some bad refereeing, and then you got a halftime show. It's like, okay, nice set. It's take it or leave it. It's up to you. And the QR code from the Coinbase commercial was clearly the best with the bouncing QR code. How's that for a? How much do you disagree with? Go ahead.
All right. So here's my analysis on the game.
Hold on. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond giving us his analysis of the Super Bowl. Go.
Listen, Listen, I was a former I am a former sportscaster. I worked here in town locally as a sportscaster. I can give a little analysis.
All right. No,
I think that was at the end of the game. I think that was what they call a makeup call that the ref gave him there.
Yeah, what a time to
with
do
that
it.
pass interference. And here's why: because when the Bengals scored coming out of halftime, that guy ripped his face mask, and if you saw his other arm, you had to watch the replay a couple times. He grabbed his jersey and pulled him to the ground too before he took off and caught that touchdown pass. So I think it was a makeup call for what was clearly a missed call earlier. But listen, I was rooting for the Bengals. I'm so sad they didn't win. I think all of America, except for the folks in LA, maybe were rooting for the Bengals last night.
All of America except the people in LA.
Well,
there's probably some truth to that.
Here's my other take, by the way, on halftime. I had a revelation last night. Okay, so I turned.
Wait, hold on a second. A revelation. All right, go ahead. Here it is. All right, go ahead. Good. What is it? Go ahead.
I love that. That's revelation music.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so I turned 41 last year, right? And when I was in high school, we always joked with our friends, wow, I was in high school, class of 99 at Cape High here. I said, wow, will the music of the 70s and 80s, it always sounded so bad to us. I said, will the music of our generation sound this bad 20 years from now? And the answer is no. It sounds delightful. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre are still on point, even after all these years. Eminem.
I do remember in 2000 joking around with people saying that soon on the oldies stations, Eminem is going to be like it's not going to be classic. It's going to be oldies, which doesn't even compute because they'll have to change oldies. Well, maybe they won't, but the term oldies. But yeah. That is right, and it's and it felt that way sometimes looking at them, like they got old. They well, we all do. That's all right.
We all have.
All right, moving on. So there's your Super Bowl analysis. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I talked about earlier that get into. I don't want to get into it anymore. We got other things we got to.
I'll talk about anything you want.
All right. What we talk? I forget what else. What else is on your mind? What else did you? Before we start hitting into topics, is there anything else that you were thinking? Go ahead.
I wanted to let you know you actually have a fan in the United States Senate. I got a call last Friday from Senator Rick Scott, who many of you know lives in Collier County in Naples. He gave me a call saying that he was driving to the airport and he was listening to you, Drew, on 92.5 when our segment came on, and he just wanted to let me know that he enjoyed listening to the show. He was happy with the things we're doing here in Lee County, Florida, and he wanted to send his best. So I thought that was really a neat thing to know that you have a fan in the U.S. Senate.
Well, and so do you, certainly, clearly. So that's great. Well, that is nice to hear. All right, good night, everybody. Have a good day. That's it. We're done. Glenn Beck is next. I mean, where do we go from there? All right. Good stuff.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's talk. We go to business. Let's get to business. I have driven by the Lee Civic Center the past couple of days, and I have noticed something very nice about what is going on there. Apparently, there's some work being done to the building because it looks really good, and some other things that are going on. Apparently, what's happening there?
Yeah, obviously, we had the discussion about the Lee Civic Center over the last couple of years and what the future of the Lee Civic Center is going to be. And at one point, there was some pretty, ambitious plans that were put forward that, looked like turning the Lee Civic Center into something that resembled the Gulf Coast Town Center Mall. Well, the commissioners put that on hold and actually put that in the can because that wasn't going to match what the area out there is for, and it also wasn't going to match what the community wanted to see done. So commissioners said, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's maintain the facility that's out there, and let's look for what the future of the Lee County Civic Center is going to be. So on Tuesday, tomorrow at our commission meeting, we will be asked to approve hiring an engineer to inspect the entire 99 acres that is the Lee Civic Center. It has 14 buildings on it, and they're going to go through the buildings top to bottom, structural, electrical, plumbing, drainage, everything.
Good.
They're also going to look at the entire site, and they're going to basically give us an inventory of what we have there. Okay, so what do we have to work with at this Lee Civic Center site? And then the commissioners can make decisions on what do we want to repair, what do we want to rebuild. And many of the commissioners have shared this vision for the Lee Civic Center site that we want something very similar to what's there already. We just want it to be in good enough shape to be able to attract events that will generate enough money to pay for the maintenance of this property. So this property does cost quite a bit to maintain, and it was built in 1978 originally, so it's getting older, like all of us are,
Yep.
and it hasn't maybe had the best maintenance over its lifetime. So we want to know what we have to work with, and then we want to know where we can go forward with it.
Yeah, it's like you get on in years, things start to change, things start to break down a little bit. It doesn't look as good as it used to, and you kind of get it back into condition, kind of like watching some of the people on the halftime show. Oh! See what I did there? It's like we get older. And, sorry, was that uncalled for?
I saw what you did.
Thank you. No, but that's not. That has been a concern. When I talk to people, here's the thing, Brian. When I talk to people, their concern is, will it be able to host enough events to be able to do that? Like high, I don't want to say high end or anything like that. Maybe that's not the way to put it. But in other words, you do want to see, there are certain places, there are a lot of places around town where, there's, for sentimental reasons, you root for different places to succeed. You really do want them to, and it's a quality facility when you're talking about the things that you could have out there, as long as it is maintained. I mean, is that, do you believe that could happen? And, because you want to get into a different level of events that you can have there, where you kind of have this renaissance, for lack of a better way of putting it.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't in the condition that it's in right now,
Right.
and I think that's why we're doing this inspection.
Yeah.
It's basically like a giant home inspection, but on a 99-acre, piece of land with 14 buildings on it. We're trying to figure out, what do we have to work with. We know that the stands do not, they've been condemned. They're not allowed to be used anymore. So, if you want to try to attract concerts and shows and things like that, you'd want to have to at least replace the stands. But, here's the question: is the building even in good enough shape? Would the building need to be replaced with a more modern, newer building?
Well, let me ask you this, I guess, and here's a follow-up to that. The report, how long will it take, number one, for the report? And then number two, what if the report comes back and says, hey, this might be something that needs to be reconditioned, or maybe torn down and redone?
Well, the good news is, the 4-H is safe. The fair is safe. Those will continue to happen out there. The report is going to take about 7 months to complete and get back to us. So I imagine 7 months from now, when we get the findings, that's when we'll sit down and we'll start discussing, okay, here's what we've got. What does the future look like? But all of the commissioners have voiced public support for continuing the fair out there, for continuing the 4-H and the other civic functions that already happen out there. I think what we envision is a facility that really is compatible with the lifestyle of that area. And, look, Lee County does have, as much as we're growing into a suburban and maybe even a larger metropolitan county in the state of Florida, we still have rural character in parts of our county that needs to be preserved and also celebrated. And I think this is a great place to do that.
Yeah. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. All right, listen, roads.
Roads.
If you're
We need
driving
them.
anywhere around, well, of course we need them, but if you're driving anywhere around Southwest Florida, there are certain places. I'm not going to say that I did the very Italian biting of my finger in my mouth a couple of times driving in some areas around Southwest Florida recently. And I know that there's work getting done and there are good things on the horizon, but certainly there are other places that could use a look, could use maybe some redo, if you will, or have it redone. What are we talking about? Anything with roads, anything into the future, other than even some of the projects that are already out there that we know?
Well, so since I've been on the commission about 8 years now, we have taken a really conservative approach towards paying for our road projects. So basically, we pay for everything in cash. If we're going to widen a road or build a road. So for instance, all the improvements that we did on Burnt Store Road over the last several years, widening it out to 4 lanes, all the improvements that we did to Estero Boulevard in Fort Myers Beach there. All of those things, $80 million projects, have been paid for in cash. And so that's a really conservative way to do business. But we need to build roads a little faster than we have because we've seen such a tremendous amount of growth in our area. And so what we're looking to do on Tuesday is give our administration the go-ahead to borrow some money. They call them gas tax bonds. The first thing I want you to know is we're not raising any gas taxes. We're not increasing anything. We already collect this money. You already pay it every time you go to the pump. But we're going to look at borrowing $100 million so that we can get some road projects done now and then pay them off over the next few years. The important thing for us to consider as we do this is to make sure we still save enough money to do the maintenance work that we want to do every year, and that's about $15 million a year worth of maintenance. And so we will be very conservative. But here's the thing, Drew. I don't think interest rates are going to get any lower than they are right now. Especially when you look at today's economy and the way America's going. So now might be a good time to get this money borrowed to accelerate some of these road projects and to deal with the increasing traffic that we're seeing out there.
Yeah, and it's well, as I look at this and I hear you talking about this, the low interest rates don't stay around long. So do us a favor and put that into consideration, the fact that that changes, and the changes are probably on the horizon a lot more than we may expect. So we need to kind of bake that in.
Yeah, I mean, I think about this a lot. Like I think about making the purchase of a home, right? I don't have $300,000 to pay for a home up front, so I take out a 30-year loan and I pay for that home over time. Well, I don't have $100 million to build all the roads that we need to build right now in hand. So let's take out a 30-year loan and let's get those roads built now when we need them now and pay for them over time.
Good.
We just need to make sure that we don't pledge all of our money. To this loan. And we'll be very smart about how we do that. Again, like I said, we've been very conservative. Everything we've done so far to this point, we'd paid for in cash.
Right. All right, good stuff. So that is Tuesday's meeting that you'll be talking about this.
Tuesday's meeting. And I'll tell you one last fact about roads.
Yep.
This is incredible. When you become a commissioner, you learn about how much things cost. Just 1 mile of road can cost anywhere between $4.5 million and $9 million a mile. So it's really incredible what the costs look like these days. And as inflation continues to creep up and things get more expensive, it's going to put a hurting even on us in county government as we're trying to serve you. So we really need Washington and a president. Well, we need a new president. I'll just say it. We need Washington to get their act together.
Yeah, well, there's that. Jake, by the way, on the other side of the glass, just told me that he thinks he could do it for about $1,000. He just needs.
All right.
He just needs a couple of buddies, some crushed up shells, and.
6-pack of Natty Light or something.
He did say he likes the shell driveway. So he's thinking, can we just make it like one of those really cool crushed up shell driveways? Why don't we could probably cut down the cost.
Could you imagine US 41 just all
as
done
crushed
in shell?
Up shells, which it would last about that's it's done. Yeah. Before it's pummeled into submission. All right, almost like I feel at the end of what I just said with this segment. Okay, good. All right, we're good. All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond, great stuff as usual, joining us. And hey, some really good takes, some good hot takes on the Super Bowl. Look at you.
Hey, I can still do it. I can still be a sportscaster. I'll dust my resume tape off. I'll start sending it out.
Is there something,
or not.
I was going to say, is there something we don't know?
Here.
No, you're good. You're good. You can hold off on that a little bit. All right. Good times.
Happy Valentine's Day, Drew.
Oh, hey, back at you. All right. There you go. And for those, hopefully, that are listening right now and saying, today's what? Yeah, it is. So hopefully you got Jake's smiling because it's probably a bunch of people that are like, Jake said to me, I'll see you. He's saying that I'm saying that I'll see you at the line there for the cards, like in about an hour. Admit it. Did you go to the supermarket and see a bunch of people lined up in front of the card section over the weekend? Like last minute people like, uh-oh.
I mean, yeah.
It
was pretty obvious.
And I thought, I'm just going to wait till today. It'll be, yeah. All right, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 9 right now. We'll play Drew's College, and do we have this? Is that right? We have this gift certificate to the Alamo. Listen, Alamo Gun Range, a great place to shoot, an hour of range time and firearm rental and more. The Alamo Gun Range in Naples. So you will get a gift certificate for the Alamo coming up just for playing Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
To such great heights.
With MSC Cruises, a world of discovery awaits. And now you can set sail with free balcony upgrades to enjoy those ultimate ocean views. Plus, kids sail free, so gather the group. And rest easy with flexible booking changes. Discover the Caribbean and the Bahamas, including Ocean Key, our award-winning private island. Only the sea offers you so much. Only MSC Cruises offers you so much more. To book, call your travel advisor or visit msccruises.com. Restrictions apply.
I'm Harvey Massey. Where we live, there's several types of termites, and they can all cause damage to your home. Subterranean termites invade from colonies below the ground, while drywood termites fly in and infest exposed wood in your home. Both require different treatments. That's why you need Massey's Total Coverage Termite Protection. Our guarantee covers all types of termites and includes coverage for retreatment and repair of any new damage. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. Are you walking around in pain? Remember, it's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Dave. Dave's in Naples. Hey, Dave.
Hey, good morning, Drew.
Hey, good morning. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Dave, how many years does a U.S. Senator serve when they are elected? They serve for how many years?
6 years.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if we get a bachelor's degree on this question. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war?
World War II.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. The former Florida governor who ran against Donald Trump for the 2016 presidential nomination was?
Former Florida governor. You mean in the primary or in the general election?
Yeah, for the nomination. In other words, in the primary.
Oh, okay, was that Scott?
That was Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush, the former Florida governor, ran against Trump in 2016.
Sleepy Jeb, is that what he called him?
Sleepy Jeb? Is that what you... No.
What's a call him?
Does he get points for Sleepy Jeb? That's not very nice. No points for that. No. All right, how about this? Let's see. Let's get your master's degree on this question. True or false? New Hampshire was one of the original 13 colonies.
Yes, it was.
That is true. All right. Well, congratulations, sir. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College, and you got yourself a gift certificate to the Alamo Gun Range in Naples. It is a fantastic place to shoot, and if you've never been there before, you're going to love it. So congratulations to you, and stand by. You'll get that certificate from Jake. He's got to talk to you, okay?
Thank you, Drew.
All right, back at you. All right, Congressman Greg Steube scheduled to appear with us coming up in just a few more minutes. Let's talk the Durham report. Let's talk Ukraine. Let's talk our southern border. There's a lot going on. We'll get to Greg Steube coming up in just a second. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. You can't go wrong when you're getting it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
The Rams are going to Disneyland. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, the day after winning the Super Bowl.
That game today's the story of our season. You know, it's up and down, it's tough, and we're a freaking tough team. Showed up late and got it done. I'm excited.
Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford on NBC Sports. He connected with Cooper Kupp late in the game on what ended up to be the winning score.
Pass. Got it. Touchdown.
The Los Angeles defense stuffed Cincinnati in the final minute, and the Rams beat the Bengals 23-20. A Russian figure skater under scrutiny for a failed pre-Olympic drug test will be allowed to keep competing in Beijing tomorrow after a court of arbitration for sport ruling, though there won't be any medal ceremonies for anything she wins. Congressional leaders will get a briefing this morning on Ukraine as they keep considering Russian sanctions. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson's in Kyiv.
I spoke to a member of the Ukrainian parliament. He says that if Russia launches that invasion, martial law will likely be declared here in Ukraine. Now, President Biden spoke to Ukrainian President Zelensky yesterday. The White House says, quote, the two leaders agreed on the importance of continuing to pursue diplomacy and deterrence in response to Russia's military buildup in Ukraine's borders.
3 white men, already guilty of murdering Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia, are close to going on trial again, this time accused of a hate crime. Fox's Evan Brown's on the case live.
Yeah, Dave, this time Gregory and Travis McMichael and their neighbor William Bryan will face a federal judge and jury on charges of violating Ahmaud Arbery's civil rights by targeting him on account of race. A Georgia state court already convicted the 3 for killing Arbery, who jogged through their neighborhood near the city of Brunswick. They had claimed they believed Arbery was trespassing. Many of the same witnesses could testify again, though there will be no live streaming as federal courts prohibit cameras, Dave.
Edmond and Minnesota prosecutors plan to wrap up their case today against 3 fired police officers accused of violating George Floyd's civil rights in his much-protested 2020 death. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
We're seeing a crash at State Road 82 and Gunnery Road, causing some major delays westbound on 82 and slowdown southbound on Gunnery coming down from 23rd Street Southwest. Also a crash on 82 at 40th Street Southwest in Lehigh Acres. Seeing delays if you're heading out through 41 near Del Prado Boulevard in North from Myers from an earlier crash as well. And seeing delays also on I-75 right near the exit to Bonita Beach Road, mile marker 116 southbound from a minor crash nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're heading into a cooler day for your Valentine's Day and Monday behind the front that passed through this weekend. Temperatures only hitting into the 60s for most areas for daytime highs under a mix of high clouds and sunshine. It will be breezy for today as winds persist out of the north and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and dry as we head into your Monday night and Tuesday morning. Lows back into the upper 40s as we head into your Tuesday morning. So we are going to be off to a cold start tomorrow, but warmer by the afternoon. Highs will be back into middle 70s by Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're eventually looking at highs back into the lower 80s with persisting breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Experience really does matter. Hi, this is Vincent Napoleon. We're currently experiencing a very different real estate market. Is this a bubble? Is it going to last? Should I sell now or should I buy now? With over 30 years of living and working right here in Collier County, I know I can help guide you through. If you're currently thinking about selling your home or buying a home, please reach out to me today. Recognized by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends magazine as one of the nation's top performing agents with a #1 firm, Coldwell Banker. You know, it costs you nothing to meet with me, but will cost you thousands not to. Please go to thatradioad.com, again, thatradioad.com, or feel free to email me at thatradioad@gmail.com, thatradioad@gmail.com. Vincent Napoleon, thank you.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. 40% of Americans don't have $400 saved in case of an emergency. People are working harder and harder, but falling further and further behind. That's why at our firm, our fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case. When you're injured in an accident or hurt on the job, choosing a lawyer will be the most important decision you'll have to make. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
With low-cost Medicare prescription copays at Walgreens, you won't have a Medicare in the world. As a preferred network pharmacy among so many different plans across the country, Walgreens is here to help make Medicare easier. Start filling Medicare prescriptions with your local Walgreens and see how much you could save today. Find lower copays with Walgreens as a preferred network pharmacy of AARP Medicare RX by United Healthcare, WellCare, and Florida Blue Medicare.
Walgreens participates with other plans. See walgreens.com/Medicare for details.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable nationwide network with 5G included. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable based on Root Metrics U.S. report. Results vary. Not an endorsement. Compares pricing of top carriers. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching. Subscribing to the podcast. Very happy to have on this morning Congressman Greg Steube, who's joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Proudly serving Florida's 17th Congressional District. And it's great to have him on. Hey, it's Drew. How are you, sir?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on with us. I'll tell you, it's been quite a couple of weeks. It's quite an overnight leading into today. And I just want you to know that the mainstream media is all over the biggest headlines of our day. I just went into the newsroom and noticed that the morning show, the CBS morning show, wants to let everybody know that the 3 biggest headlines, Congressman, are the Super Bowl halftime show. What an epic show it was. What is love? We're going to ask the kids. And the U.S. curling team. So it sounds like they've got all their priorities straight. So it's good to know that they are keeping consistent with what and the fact that the president leaves and decides that, hey, I'm going to take the weekend off. Nothing to see here. There's no crises ahead of us. It's pretty astounding, is it not?
Well, that's what happened when Afghanistan was happening. Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, and Biden, they were all on vacation. Mm-hmm. Blinken was literally at the Hamptons, and you can't tell me they didn't know, because for months everybody knew, because you could see the Taliban taking over provinces in Afghanistan and slowly making their way to the capital. So it didn't take a genius to figure out what was happening, and they just ignore it.
Yeah.
And the mainstream media is going to perpetuate. So they're going to talk about, the Super Bowl halftime show and what kids think about love, because they don't want to talk about this administration's policies, because the American people don't support them. They're not going to talk about what the Democratic-led Congress is doing, because even Joe Manchin and other Democrats don't support what they're doing. So they can't talk about the things that are happening that affect the livelihoods of Americans, the border crisis, Ukraine, you name it, because it's all not good for them.
Right.
So they have to talk about these completely other things to be like, oh, don't look over here. Don't look at the Ukraine. Don't look at the 1.7 million across the border. Don't look at all the people that are now dying from fentanyl in our country. Don't look over here. Let's talk about the halftime show.
Yeah, and, there's some things that have to be called out, and you, as well as so many, have been keeping an eye on this. Not only the border, which I want to get to, which is outrageous in and of itself, and just because it's not in the headlines doesn't mean it's gone away. Even when you look at what we knew happened and we witnessed for ourselves in Afghanistan, it's almost like if what is happening along the Russia-Ukraine border and what's going on there right now is going to come to fruition. And some people are debating whether or not it is going to happen, not going to happen. Get your thoughts on that. But an email from the State Department to Americans in Ukraine is hard to believe. It's like if you go to Poland, you have to have proof of vaccination for American citizens. It's bizarre at best. Like the suggestion that if you're not vaccinated, you're not going to be able to go to Poland. But yet Poland doesn't have any policy like that requiring proof of vaccination. Again, it just calls to attention, and you can speak to this, whether or not this administration, sometimes you might question if they truly care about the safety and security of the American people when they're being treated this way.
No, they absolutely don't. They care more about their woke agenda, critical race theory, pushing all of this on our military service members. Like, we have a Department of Defense right now that's more concerned about vaccine mandates of our service members and kicking service members out who feel for religious beliefs that they shouldn't be vaccinated. They're more concerned about kicking people out like that, and they're more concerned about race and equity in our military than they're concerned about defending the national security and the safety of the American people. That's what this administration is all about in every sector's of their administration. It's not about the safety and security of Americans. It's not about it's not about the things that Americans truly care about: safety, crime, immigration. Like we just recently did a poll in my district, and the number one issues is immigration, the crime, and all the things that we're seeing that, like you said earlier, the mainstream media is obviously not talking about.
Right.
And this administration and this Democratic Congress don't care about, because they're more concerned about equity and diversity and transgender rights than they are about the real things that Americans care about.
Yeah. Congressman Greg Steube joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, talking about some of the news of the day, because if we don't do it, we know that the mainstream isn't going to do it. And some of the important headlines that concern not only those across the country, but certainly in the 17th district here in the state of Florida and others around Southwest Florida. Not shocking, not surprised. The Durham report, we knew this. We knew the connections with Hillary Clinton. The latest news on this, anything that shocked and surprised you, or were you just looking at this and saying, we need more information coming out about this, and especially if Republicans have control of the House and the Senate, and certainly the House. We would like to see that, right? We'd like to see committees set up to explore more about what happened with this Russia collusion hoax.
Well, and what is shocking and surprising is that we're still hearing about this Durham investigation, and we're not getting results of those investigations and the level of indictments that we should be getting.
Yeah.
When I first got elected to Congress almost 4 years ago, we were waiting for these investigative reports to come out when Trump was president, hoping it would vindicate him while he was still in office. And I'm on the Judiciary Committee. Myself and Jim Jordan and others that are on the Judiciary Committee would talk about the Durham report all the time.
Right.
And here we are almost 4 years later, still waiting for the information that's just slowly kind of ebbing out. And again, not shocking at all. We all know that Hillary Clinton bought and paid for the dossier. The dossier was used by a corrupt FBI and DOJ to get FISA warrants to spy not only on the Trump campaign, but on American citizens.
Yeah.
And so when we take the majority back, one of the biggest priorities of the members of the Judiciary Committee for the Republicans is to completely reform the FISA process and to not allow the without warrant spying on American citizens, because this DOJ and the deep state, like Peter Strzok and the former FBI Comey and all of these guys, used their power and the authority that they had to spy on citizens. And we all know now that it was, we did then. It's just now being finally corroborated what all of us believe, that the Hillary Clinton campaign bought and paid for all of this, and now was like basically sending spies into Trump Tower to try to spy on Trump.
Right. And just proving again that he was right all along, being on brand for the station. But yeah, the fact that Trump was right when he said it, he knew it. And the fact, too, that, this is something else that bothers me. And you could speak to this as well, maybe the fact that the same names keep coming up all the time. It's the same people, the connections. When you hear about the one tech executive, Rodney Jaffe, he's connected to Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor. All of these people are still around in some way, connected. And then in the administration, it's like we somehow there has to be a way to just be able to say whoever, hopefully when we talk about 22 and Republicans in the House and Senate, and even in 24, if we talk about a president, there's got to be a way to wash some of this clean, to be able to start fresh with if you're telling me that all of these same names are the only people that could do the job in Washington, that they continue to be there, then all is lost. And it's not true. Like, we have to be able to have all of these people kind of washed out of the system, if you see what I'm saying.
Well, and Trump tried to do that during his presidency, but it takes 2 consecutive terms to be able to completely clean out the deep state.
Yeah.
But I can tell you and your listeners, there is a reckoning coming when the Republicans take the majority back in November and we're sworn in and get the gavels next January, because hopefully the Durham, I've been saying this now for 4 years, but hopefully all the Durham investigations are done and we can use that to then do actual oversight of these agencies through the House. I mean, you and I sit here, we have an invasion on our southern border. More than 1.7 million illegal immigrants have come through. It's been more than a year that Biden has been in the White House, and the DHS secretary, the Homeland Security secretary, who's in charge of this, the Democrats won't even bring him in to answer questions from members of Congress for over a year now. That's never been the case. You've always had agency heads and secretary levels come in for oversight, and it's because the Democrats don't want to shine a light on what's happening on our border.
Right. And the transportation of those, and you've mentioned this before, about the transportation of individuals in violation of federal law. And who is making these decisions? Who's deciding that this is the policy? Again, how, if we're going to talk about safety and security, proof positive about what the administration does or doesn't care about is exactly what's going on along the border to prove to you where they stand. And I get concerned about even Republicans, and I'll say this, and maybe you can speak to this as well, but I get concerned about some Republicans who are looking and speaking about things maybe when it comes to talking about immigration policy, and that maybe we're going to have to legalize some citizens, and we can set these boundaries and just say, all right, well, maybe there's something that we can do with this, but we can't do anything. We can't even have a conversation if we're not going to lock the borders down. It's like fixing a carpet in a house with a leaky roof. If you don't fix the roof, you can't fix the carpet.
Yeah, I've been saying that ever since I've been elected, and unfortunately, my entire time in Congress has been in a Democratic majority, so we can't pass the immigration reforms that we want to pass.
Yeah.
But we have to. This is the number one issue in the country. This is the number one issue that voters care about. This is, and because it leaks into so many other things that are affecting everyday Americans. The crisis at the border attributes to the crime spikes, attributes to the fentanyl overdoses. Yep. There's been more fentanyl that's crossed the border in the time that Joe Biden's been elected than almost all, I think during the entire Trump administration.
Yeah.
They have seized more fentanyl in the past year to kill 3 times the population of the United States. Now, the highest level of deaths, the number one cause of death between the age of 18 and 45 in our country, it isn't COVID, ladies and gentlemen, it's fentanyl. So that should tell you, and all of this is coming from the southern border.
Yeah.
And so we have to shut the border down. We have to enforce our laws. And I will say, too, we have an administration that is deliberately and intentionally violating federal law. And they impeached Trump over a phone call to the Ukrainian president. And we have a president and a vice president and a DHS secretary who are willfully and intentionally violating the laws of this land. They're felonies. And everybody, the mainstream media is just turning a blind eye. You know, you start saying impeachment. People are like, well, should we do that? They are willfully and intentionally violating federal law that is killing everyday Americans because of the fentanyl coming across the border, the murderers coming across the border, all of these illegals and criminals they're allowing to come across the border. And there's got to be an accountability for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that there are some the members of Congress even who are saying things like, listen, can we get a cognitive test on the president? And this is not, trying to be sarcastic or trying to play upsmanship on politics. This is serious. I mean, people have serious concerns about the cognitive ability of the president, and certainly many reasons that we can look and see what is going on. And a lot of questions that have to be answered, hopefully sooner rather than later. But you would agree that it's going to take an election in 2022 for us to even begin to have a lot of the conversations that we want to have moving forward.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I just spoke down in Northport not too long ago, and people are frustrated. People are upset, and it's just as frustrating for me because until we take the House back, there's nothing we can do. Because you have a Democratic administration, you have a Democratic Senate and Democratic House, and we can't issue subpoenas. We can't bring people in to talk to them. We have no power in the House until we take the majority back.
Right.
And so explaining that to people that I got elected to Congress, and you think I'd be able to do all these things that we want to do for the betterment of our country, and it's very frustrating to not be able to do anything because we don't have the gavels. And once we get those gavels and can do subpoenas, oversight, bring people in, pass bills, pass legislation, and the most important thing, even if we don't take the Senate, even if we just take the House, the money comes from the House. So we can do so many things through the appropriations process of the U.S. House of Representatives and controlling where the money goes to stop all the things that are happening in the border, to stop all the crazy stuff that our Department of Defense is doing against our service members. You can do it through the appropriations process. So people say, oh, well, Joe Biden's still president. No, the money comes from the House. And if we put all of these riders on the appropriations bills and say things like you can't use any cent of this money to allow an illegal immigrant to come into our country, or you can't use any cent of this for denying service members vaccine, all these different things you can do through the appropriations process will have a huge dramatic effect and turn the direction of our country to the positive.
Yeah. And that's why it's so important. 22 is certainly something that we have to keep an eye on, and don't take anything for granted. Be ready to go, as I know many people here listening are. Congressman Greg Steube joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, we got to do this again soon. It's great to have you on. We appreciate you so much. Keep up the good fight, and yeah, let's get in contact soon. Okay, all the best.
Yeah, sounds good. Anytime.
All right, we'll see you soon. All right, Greg Steube joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. A statement like that might get you canceled these days. Who said it? Benjamin Franklin. I'm Lori Roman, president of the American Constitutional Rights Union, and this is a Live Free Minute. The founders risked everything to fight for liberty. Imagine what they would think about COVID passports. Tying medical choices to the ability to participate in society is unconstitutional and creepy. Please join us in standing up against COVID passports, whether enacted by the government or the private sector, because without the freedom to make our own medical choices and engage in commerce, we can't live free. This Live Free Minute is brought to you by the American Constitutional Rights Union, a national nonprofit based in Naples, Florida. If you'd like to learn more, visit theacru.org. theacru.org.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know and I know that finding a doctor is one of the most important decisions that you can make in your life for you and your family. And you want to find somebody that's going to promote patient interaction and advocacy above all else. That's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. She's my doctor, and I'm just telling you, it's that personal interaction, that one-on-one, the time that she spends, the huge amount of time going into detail. It's like nothing I've ever seen. And it's that connection that means so much to me. She's got a calming demeanor that'll help you if you've got anxiety about maybe issues that are going on in your life, but you need somebody in your life that you can trust, a physician that will listen. And here's the best part. She'll meet with you face to face anytime you need her, no matter where you are. You've got direct contact and complete access to Dr. Kogan. And that's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. Find out more about her practice on 5th Avenue South by going to customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples. With over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space, designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Many people ask themselves, what can I do to help end abortion? I'm Scott Beyer, CEO of Community Pregnancy Clinics. Since 1974, CPCI has saved over 20,000 lives from abortion. Our medical staff provide thousands of women and families in crisis with care, compassion, and choices they need to choose life for their baby. With 7 clinics throughout Florida, we're here to help women, providing pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, material assistance for 3 years after the birth, and so much more. All completely free of charge, thanks to the generosity of our supporters. That's why I want to invite you to our annual Lifesaver event, March 25th at the Hyatt Regency Coconut Point Resort. We'll welcome former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, a powerful champion of the pro-life movement. Don't miss this chance. Join hundreds of like-minded supporters and Secretary Pompeo at one of the biggest pro-life events in Southwest Florida. Reserve your seats at supportcpci.com or donate a life-saving gift to Community Pregnancy Clinics. Help us help women in need. Supportcpci.com. That's supportcpci.com.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night, if your plumbing's just not right. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, smarter plumbing solutions.
The news you need, the hosts you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. The Ambassador Bridge connecting Detroit and Windsor, Ontario is now fully reopened after police cleared out Canadian truckers protesting coronavirus rules.
Protesters started blocking the Ambassador last Monday, which led to automakers shutting down or cutting back on production at a time when the industry is struggling with supply chain issues. Pandemic restrictions have been stricter in Canada than in the U.S., but largely supported by Canadians, the vast majority of whom are vaccinated.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Top members of the House this morning and the Senate this afternoon get a briefing about the Russian troops on Ukraine's border from National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. Fox's Rich Edson.
President Biden speaking with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The White House has stepped up its presentation of intelligence that officials say shows Russia is poised to invade Ukraine, though it is still unclear if Russian President Vladimir Putin has made that final call.
America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Major backups along I-75 heading south through Lee County, mostly towards State Road 82 and down through Colonial Boulevard, farther south toward Alico Road, Corkscrew Road, and continuing down into Bonita Springs toward Bonita Beach Road. Crash also in South Fort Myers at Gladiolas Drive and 41 southbound. Collier County right now we're watching a crash heading over through Pine Ridge Road into the Golden Gate area, and an earlier crash still getting cleared. We're watching that investigation at State Road 29 and Oil Well Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're heading into a cooler day for your Valentine's Day and Monday behind the front that passed through this weekend. Temperatures only hitting into the 60s for most areas for daytime highs under a mix of high clouds and sunshine. It will be breezy for today as winds persist out of the north and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and dry as we head into your Monday night and Tuesday morning. Lows back into the upper 40s as we head into your Tuesday morning. So we are going to be off to a cold start tomorrow, but warmer by the afternoon. Highs will be back into middle 70s by Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're eventually looking at highs back into the lower 80s with persisting breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's sports page. These are stressful times. There's turmoil all around us, from our personal concerns about health, family, and finances to our feelings about those who trash this great country, its traditions, its protectors, and its flag. I want to scream and make my voice heard, but instead I'm part of the silent majority, those who are dependable, caring, fair-minded, fiercely patriotic, and who every day help to make America great. Stevie honors the silent majority every day by serving our award-winning food and beverages. Relieve today's stress during our happy hour with a great meal. Choose full-at-the-bone ribs or the best burgers in town, great pizza and more. Most of all, sit down, relax, eat, and drink with others of the silent majority. Stevie honors this great country, its traditions, and the sacrifices made by all those before us and today. Our servicemen, our policemen, our firemen, and doctors, nurses, homemakers, and all others of the silent majority. God bless you, and God bless America, and most importantly, vote. Stevie Tomatoes, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency or storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career, including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East, would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, come on now. Enough of this. Let's go. Time right now for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5 at 8:35. Number 5.
This is the 15th play of the drive. Second and goal. Pass. Caught. Touchdown.
Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. They got it done for the go-ahead touchdown.
And with that, the LA Rams cheated their way to victory last night in the Super Bowl. Against what? Yeah. No, that's not true. They didn't. It depends. It's a bad call. You know, it's a really bad call that helped them to get the touchdown to win the game. Okay, all right. So the Rams won the game.
Number 4. Who is more empathetic than Joe Biden? Who has a bigger vision, more knowledge, more strategic thinking about all this?
Jake. Jake does. Jake has more empathy and strategery in his brain than Joe Biden has. I mean, what else do you need to know? I mean, well, that's pretty funny. Nancy Pelosi saying,
the empathy thing gets me.
The whole thing gets me.
Number 3.
You were interviewed a year ago about the Super Bowl, and you expressed hope that come this year that they'd be able to fill the stands again with people. And that apparently is going to be the case. However, many of those people won't be wearing masks, despite the local law in Los Angeles. What is your message to people who want desperately for this to be over and to be able to resume the lives that they remember?
Well, look, I love how people talk about personal freedom.
Yeah, there's that empathy we all love right there. There's Joe Biden. Will you stop with the freedom nonsense? Will you stop telling us that you're free in this country? Will you just cut it out with the liberty and freedom nonsense? There's NBC and Lester Holt talking to the president of the United States about the COVID and restrictions and what's going on and trying to get back to normal. And he's like, hey, calm down with your freedom stuff there, pal. Okay.
Number 2.
I started to read what he said. This is a couple of weeks ago. He was, or maybe this is September, but he was talking about people who are not vaccinated. He said they don't believe in science. They're often misogynistic, often racist. No, they're not.
That was not smart of him at all.
Right. He said, but they take up space. And with that, we have to make a choice in terms of a leader as a country. Do we tolerate these people? It's like, tolerate them. Now you do sound like Hitler.
That was...
and recently he talked about them holding unacceptable views.
Wow. I'm surprised to hear that Trudeau said those things.
You didn't see the blackface? I mean,
It's Bill Maher talking about Justin Trudeau's sounding a lot like, as he described, Hitler, and really opposing views. We're going to shut them down. We're going to shut your voices down. You're not allowed to think anything different than the government. And that's a lot of what's at play right now in Canada. And a lot of people across the globe, not just the country, not just Canada or here in the United States, but across the globe, have had enough with the tyranny.
Number 1.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify that.
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign, they got caught.
No.
And then they went much further than that, and they got caught. And you will see that, Leslie, and you know that, but you just don't want to put it on the air.
As a matter of fact, I don't know that.
Okay, and do you know it now? How about now? How about now? Hey, do you know it now?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
A stunning report from John Durham's investigation shows the Clinton campaign paid to infiltrate Trump servers.
The report revealing the campaign was trying to establish a, quote, narrative linking Trump to Russia.
Wow. Hey, do you know it now? How about now? How about now? Yeah, there you go. There's the report. While the morning shows were opening up, I'm not kidding. I just want you to know that the alphabet fake news legacy media has been keeping up with their tradition of not doing journalism. How do I know? Because when I went into the break room and I went to go look at the morning show there, and the headlines and what they broke out with, the CBS morning show there. Our headlines today, what a Super Bowl halftime show. Unbelievable. It was epic. We're going to talk about it coming up. Also, what is love? We went to some kindergartners to ask, what is love? And you may be shocked at their answers. And the U.S. curling team. Boy, there's nothing like curling, everybody. It's an amazing sport, and they're doing super duper well there in the pandemic games of China. Back to you, Bill. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. That's the three big headlines that they had. Really, is that what you have? Is that what you got this morning? On the heels of the John Durham report, what we found out, Hillary Clinton bought and paid. There you go. Perkins Coie and the connections once again confirmed, and it gets a little deeper, right? Yeah, the indictment of Michael Sussman, the intermediary for Hillary during trying to dig up dirt on Trump. Sussman lied when he said, that who he was working for. Like, I'm not working for anybody like Hillary Clinton or anything like that. Misled the FBI regarding this Alpha Bank story. We know that there's this bank that's attached to Russia, that's attached to Trump, and we know all of this. Hey, you're not working for anybody like Hillary. No, not at all. Yeah, I got busted for that. But now you come to find out, again, Perkins Coie law firm, Clinton used as a proxy to go after Trump with false claims of Russia collusion. The Durham investigation going further. We come to find out now that the DNC and Perkins Coie allies working together, one person, a tech executive one, as described in the report, the Durham report, we now know is someone named Rodney Jaffe, exploited sensitive U.S. government arrangements to gather intel on the president in Trump Tower, Donald Trump's Central Park West apartment building, the executive office of the President of the United States, all places where information was gathered through DNS traffic, through internet traffic, even while the President of the United States was in office. You think Watergate was bad? No, this is a lot worse. Wasn't even limited to the office of the president. It's just unbelievable. And a healthcare provider as well. Like I said before, information coming out that was pretty interesting in this report also describes about how from Trump Tower, the DNS traffic that was going on, the internet traffic, was showing, you better believe it. There was a ton of traffic going from Trump Tower to Russia. Because there were businesses in the tower that were doing business with Russia. It wasn't Donald Trump. It was the fact that in that building there was traffic going through. But boy, it sure looked guilty. I mean, it's just unbelievable. This is where Democrats get away with everything. They just doesn't make a difference. It's how this is not the biggest scandal of our lifetime. It is beyond me. More and more is being exposed. The more and more this is exposed, the more it tells you how corrupt the DOJ and the FBI is, clearly. Questions that have to be answered. It was one tweet that I find interesting, and I'd like to see what could possibly happen. Matt Schlapp saying, look, serious decisions have to be made with the evidence that the president and his team were spied on deep into his presidency. Everybody who interacted with the president, everybody in his orbit who interacted, who was pulled into this, they've had their constitutional rights violated. It's time to consider all legal options and hold everyone to the law. Let's hope that happens. You know, it's this kind of, you see the one thing that you have to realize is that this is a script that has already been played out. Anytime you hear Democrats talking about something that goes against Republicans, you know darn well that it's what they're doing themselves, trying to project it onto Republicans. There's, again, a movie that puts it on display. Anything and everything you need to know. And again, I encourage you to see Plot Against the President. If you have not watched the Plot Against the President, the movie, it's available. It's out there right now. I think it's even on YouTube. You can watch it. Plot Against the President. Buy it. Download it. Get it. The great movie by Amanda Milius. And you remember she was here along with Kash Patel and Devin Nunes last year. We were screening the movie and talking about this. And we're going to talk about this again. CPAC is just another week away. And when we get there, we're going to talk to them once again as well. And if you go and watch the movie, again, it's laid out spectacularly, the way it is pieced together, where you can understand exactly how this has operated and the game plan. They've laid it out already. Tom Fitton in the movie from Judicial Watch, he knew this. He called this. If you watch the movie again, and I encourage you to go back, you'll hear him talking about the connections.
Christopher Steele is allegedly a former spy, is willing to do what his clients want him to do. And his clients included Hillary Clinton, the Democratic National Committee, and yes, the FBI. He met with the FBI during the campaign at least 13 times. The documents show 11 of those times he was paid money. Which agencies weren't involved in helping either write or push out this dossier? Now we know the State Department, for instance, Jonathan Weiner, a key official in the Kerry State Department, who really has nothing to do with Russia, who looks to me to be, actually he confessed to helping create part of what turned out to be the dossier. He's not only talking to Christopher Steele and is a close buddy and friend of his. So, you know, in my view, the dossier really was never Russia disinfo. It was always Clinton disinfo. And we can't underestimate how involved the State Department was in pushing this dossier lie out.
Yeah. And now we know, think about this, talking about the State Department, National Security Advisor. Now, remember National Security Advisor. I'm going to get to that in just a second. Let's just pretend. Let's all hang out together and just pretend. We don't like to do conspiracy theories on this show. We like to do facts and pull from different places and be able to present it to you. A conspiracy fact, maybe, as opposed to conspiracy theory. But here's something that you can theorize and see what you think. It's really odd. And even just a little while ago, minutes ago, as I was looking at my Twitter feed, how right now the discussion with Vladimir Putin is, hey, listen, maybe there's a chance that some of the concessions with NATO could be had, and maybe we can make all of this thing go away, the issues of Russia and Ukraine, and how there have been some people that are like, he's trying to gain something here. Is he using all of these assets to try to scare individuals, countries into believing that he's going to make his way into Ukraine, but really just wants the concessions that he wants? And nobody would help him to do this, right? It would be really weird if there was some connection between this Durham report that came out and the tech individual, Rodney Jaffe, and a connection to a national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, who is the one who keeps talking about any day now it's going to be happening. We know about it, false flags, they're going to do this is going to be happening. Almost as if it would be really weird if somebody were doing that to take an eye off of what is a disastrous administration, the issues of inflation, the Durham report, even more information on that coming out, all these disasters that we are seeing. It'd be crazy if somebody would put something together like that to kind of take your eye off of, or ultimately to say that this stopped, it never happened, and it was Joe Biden as president of the United States who saved the day. He saved us from World War III. It was his negotiations. It was his tough talk with Putin that made all this. This man needs to be president. He needs to stay president. As a matter of fact, we need to elect more Democrats. I mean, that would be weird, wouldn't it? It's just strange that Rodney Jaffe, in his prior line of work, or connection, if you will, the tech executive in the Durham filing is Rodney Jaffe. He's the one that was enabling the DNS internet traffic information to be pulled from Trump Tower and from his Central Park West apartment and from the executive office of the president itself. All of this being pulled. Isn't it weird that Jaffe's direct point of contact, by the way, Jack Posobiec was mentioning this on his Twitter feed, that his direct point of contact with the Hillary campaign, remember, when the Hillary campaign, DNC, all of this was happening, 2016, all the things we're talking about right now, Jaffe's direct point of contact with the Hillary Clinton campaign was Jake Sullivan. Yeah, that Jake Sullivan, national security advisor. There's some weird connections going on. Oh, by the way, Jake Sullivan was the one who pushed the Alpha Bank claim. Yeah, there's that too. So there's the Alpha Bank claim. Jake Sullivan did that. Jake Sullivan was the head of, was leading the Hillary Clinton campaign at the time. That's strange. Anybody? No. Just stop. Let's talk about the U.S. curling team. Boy, did they do a great job there in China. And I'd love to hear from kindergartners what they think about love. Maybe we should talk more about that. None of these connections or anything. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't start getting into conspiracy theory places. Don't do all of that because you have no proof that there was ever a time where we would hear about hoaxes and were told that they were true from bureaucracies. Look, Hillary was supposed to win the election, and all of this was supposed to go away. And it didn't happen the way they planned it. And you got two choices. You got either you clean up aisle 12 or you get a president duly elected out of office. And the process continues. Unbelievable. Sure, Glenn Beck's got a lot more on this coming up, and certainly everybody else leading into this evening. And then tomorrow when we get to see you again on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with our forecast. Who's got our forecast today? Casey Sherman.
It'll be cooler today for your Valentine's Day with a high near 69 degrees and a mix of high clouds and sunshine. Look for a breeze at times with